Alright. Now we just make sure that everything's working. There we go. Everybody, this is just gonna be, come on. This is just gonna be for the people who, watch the chat replay, essentially, because I just started stream and I don't expect anybody to be here just yet. Yes, we are back in Spark Mandrill's stage. Because I was overthinking it. All you need to do is just a dash jump. It's not even nearly as hard as the one in, what do you call it? I don't want to save. Flame Mammoth stage. There we go. Alright. So, before we start, I just want to show off some stuff in the museum. We have the Day of Sigma, originally created for Mega Man Maverick Hunter X. We have some trailers, which, you know, show off all the different games. We have Japanese and English trailers. Interestingly enough, most of them are labeled, like, Trailer 1 for these later ones, and I don't know why. Because there's only one of them, unless you have to unlock the other ones by, like, doing 100% or something. We have different toys and action figures that have been made throughout the years. Very cool. Wait, hold up. There's actually something that I have that I don't know if it's in here or not. It's definitely not a capsule toy, I can tell you that much. I don't think it is. I have a light armor Mega Buster. I guess it might have come out after this game was released, but, you know, still interesting to see if they have. They have a music player, which I would highly recommend you listen to, because the music in this game is amazing. And then we have concept art and whatnot. So we have, I believe this was the Japanese box art to the original Rockman X. Oh, and it gives a little story. Oh, excuse me, a little story blurb, and sort of tells you what the characters are about. That's cool. Lord of the Snowy Plains, Chill Penguin, Fiery Oil Tanker, Flame Mammoth. Okay, I'm not gonna do that for all of them. Oh, and then it has Dr. Light's message. Oops. Got some artifacting on X's mouth there. Oh well. You know, it's really nice to have these easily accessible. Also, one thing that I didn't mention throughout the entirety of Mega Man X1. Zero doesn't actually have his saber yet. That was something introduced in the later games. Other collections have the triggers be the way that you zoom in. But in this one, that's to move. I like how, like, strapped in Sigma's head is. Right. But there's that. There's even one for the artwork that they use in the Legacy collections themselves, and the X Challenge armor. Right. But without further ado, let us jump right into Mega Man X2, Welcome back to the Mega Marathon, everybody. MegaMarathon X. It's been 6 months since the destruction of Sigma. The Maverick revolt started, and by Sigma is over, and I can't read any of this. Of Maverick Hunters yet to... Alright. Led by information gained by Dr. Kane, Mega Man X and the rest of the Hunters have tracked the last of the Mavericks to an abandoned Reploid factory. There they hope to wipe out the last of the Resistance. Also, fun fact about this intro. The English version added an extra text box and didn't bother to change the timing of it, so it's just going to go awkwardly silent after this bit here. There we go. Yeah, the timing on that is much better in the Japanese version. Ready? Hold on a second. I pressed the button to go. Alright, and here's where the infamous green biker dude was introduced and then quickly killed off in the series. I don't know why green biker dude is such a meme. But you know what? It doesn't make that much of a difference to me. Also, yay! We can dash without needing an upgrade. It's so nice. But yes, Mega Man X2, surprisingly enough, the sequel to Mega Man X. This game, I don't think it necessarily does anything terribly, anything great that the sequels don't do better. It's just a really solid game. Although, that being said, I probably should have... Or not should have, but, I just don't tend to come back to this one very often. And it's not because I don't like this game. Like I said, it's a perfectly fine game. It's a very nice follow-up to the original game. I would just rather play some of the other ones, and that's not anything against this game. I just think there are things that the sequels do better. I know there's probably like an achievement or something by defeating that boss without getting hit, but honestly, I don't care enough. It doesn't do nearly enough damage to actually warrant needing to not play recklessly. Mysterious figures. Oh, Sergus. This is their leader. His name is Mega Man X. Those who underestimated him are now nothing but scrap. We won't make the same mistake. He is powerful, but he is blind to what is happening around him. Our Mavericks will keep him busy until we are ready. Yes, how is the plan proceeding? Collection is proceeding as scheduled. However, we are having problems with the control chip. We have little time. We must finish construction on schedule. We must hurry. Yes, I will save all of that precious... all of that precious thing... all those... I'm just gonna continue on. I'm a bit frazzled today, so I apologize if my commentary is not quite up to snuff. Wire Sponge! That is such a dumb location for a collectible. I don't think there's anything in the game, aside from one upgrade that we'll get later, that tells you where that is. But also, that upgrade, as we'll talk about, is kind of flawed. So yes, the story is that mysterious... Well, we don't know who they are, but mysterious Reploids are tracking our hero MegaMan X's progress. And they are building something, presumably at that old abandoned Reploid factory. Or were, before we put a stop to that. So, looks like we'll just have to see what they have planned. Alright, so we have a boss door that we can't enter. Suspense, mystery, intrigue. I thought I was going to fall into the pit there, honestly. Alright, but yes. So, those three that we saw, Agile, Violin, and Sergis, I'm gonna call him Sergis, are all people who are known as X-Hunters. You'll never guess what they do for a living. And they seem to have their own set of Mavericks ready since, well, obviously we took care of Sigma and we'll never see him again. These little glass globes I'm shattering, I believe if you have other Mavericks weapons, you can change the sort of weather effects. I'm just shooting them with the standard X-Buster. You don't really need to shoot them. It's a fun thing to do. But the X-Hunters are presumably hunting after X because he stopped Sigma, and are trying to build something. Could be a new Sigma battle body, as Sigma alluded to in the previous game. Could be, I don't know, an AI. Even though, you know, Reploids are replicant androids that are able to make their own decisions. So I guess we'll see what that's all about later. But here we have Wire Sponge. The reason why I go for him first is because pretty much all of his collectibles are very easy to find. And as as rusty as I am with the timing and trying to properly hit him, he doesn't really change up his strategy until about halfway through, making him a pretty easy choice for a first boss. Come on. Alright, here we go. Or not. There we are. I've never seen him take that long to start his second phase. And now all of his attacks are electrified. So he just does a bit more damage than usual. But he also gets a new attack, where he summons electricity. Ultimately, not the hardest boss, which is why we ultimately go for him first. As well as he gives a, well, not super useful, but useful for sort of sequence breaking, the no backtracking route. Alright. But with that done, you got Strike Chain! It's so cool. No, it's really cool, I swear. Alright. Next we have Wheel Gator. That was weak. I'll wait for the proper timing. Wheel Gator! Alright. gotta say, this song is probably... Oh, nice. This song is probably one of my favorites in the game. Just... the instrumentation used on it is very nice. But as you can see, if you are ever in a tight spot and you just need some extra health for your sub-tanks, that's a really good grinding spot. As long as you don't charge up, you know, you can just stand in one spot. The goons it sends out go down very quickly. Alright. So, as you can probably tell, there is something here. Now, this is going to be kind of rough. I promise not to spend too long on it. And by that I mean I have a very special request of chat. If I'm still here after like 5 solid minutes of attempts and I'm just mindlessly still going after it, please tell me to just leave. Because what you do is you do that. You get a wall jump, or a dash wall jump off of the wall over here, and then you grab the platform, all to connect to this wall. The way that you're supposed to do this is by grabbing the leg parts from... Well, I don't remember what stage you get the leg parts. And then you get an air dash. Spoilers for that. However, you can use the strike chain and connect onto the wall. And just barely hook yourself on there. It's like the Flame Mammoth trick. I'm just barely not getting it. And that's the thing with it too. It's just so tight that like you feel like you can do it. Or at least I do. I don't want to speak for anybody else. But because when you cling onto the wall you are constantly falling, it's a lot harder to line this up. But yes, while we're doing this, how's everybody in chat doing? Alright. And the worst part is there's a constantly respawning enemy. So if I run out of weapon energy, that's not going to deter me from trying again. Okay. And I have done this before. Don't you worry. Also, the fact that the screen constantly shakes, which probably looks great in the live stream compression, also doesn't help for what do you call it? Lining things up. I was so close that time. You even saw me, like, connect to the wall a little bit higher than I have been. Give me weapon energy. I'm gonna bully this kid for more weapon energy. Come here. So doing this, much like in Mega Man X1, will prove to be a very big time save, even though I'm just kind of standing around here and failing the same trick multiple times. I swear it's faster. I probably should have consulted, like, a speedrunning guide to see if they had any, like, normalized strats on how to get this done. Obviously, I don't think anybody's beaten the Mega Man X games blindfolded, but a more consistent way of getting this done. Just like that. I feel so cool. Mega Man X. Enter the capsule. This enhancement will modify your X-Buster. With it, you will be able to charge energy in both arms at once. This enables you to shoot a double shot, or to charge any weapon. Also, one thing that I haven't mentioned is the Dr. Light capsule theme. Keep it in mind, especially for the next game. Alright, and then we have the demonstration. But yes, much like the first game, the arm part can be gotten with precise timing. Interesting that you can attack that dude even when his shield's up, when he's attacking. Alright. Yep. Come on. Whatever. Ooh, another ride armor. Whatcha? So this continues the trend of playable ride armors, which is also something that will come back in Mega Man X3. Don't you worry about that. But I like this one because when you're charging up the attack, you can just push them into the corner, and they can't do anything. Also, I'm pretty sure there's no way to get this one. I'm not going to try. I, personally, in all my times of playing this game, I have never gotten it. But once again, I also haven't consulted a speedrun guide, so maybe there's a frame-perfect trick. I don't want to do two for the same stage. But yeah. I don't know, like... another boss door, and I went for the extra life, so I can't show you, but yes, you cannot get into that boss door either. Strange. How interesting. Anyway. Did I get hit at some point? Why did the charge sound stop? Yeah, well. Also, I'm pretty sure Strike Chain isn't even Wheelgator's weakness. Once again, I just come here for the arm parts. I don't know if I'm going to do rankings of each Mega Man X game after I'm done playing them. Mainly because, you know, it's... you hear enough of my thoughts as I'm playing the games as is. Another little hidden thing. Hidden collectible, just obscured by the camera. Or background elements, rather. That wouldn't really be the camera's doing, because this isn't a 3D game. We'll get to that. But here we go. Here is Wheelgator. I really like the design of this sort of entry room, by the way. It's really cool. Alright. Nice. Here we have Wheelgator, who's kind of annoying, because spends a lot of time underneath the oil? I'm hoping it's oil and not blood. Although I guess to a Reploid, oil would be blood. I'm also not paying very much attention. That move might have looked a bit silly, because it was. No, but that is, if I were to fire a shot at him then... Not really. I'm debating whether or not it's worth it. You know... that hurts. That hurts. That's just rubbing salt in the wound. Yeah, today's kind of been an off day for me, so I apologize. I believe I was talking about the goofy flashing mouth open sequence. Oh, no. The charge sound is bad, but that noise is worse. That goofy little animation is actually one where you don't want to attack him during it, because he will eat up that yummy shot you just gave him and fire it right back at you. And I believe there are actually a few different shots he can sort of spit back at you. Also, that little drill dive move. As you can see, makes the wall hurt you. But yeah, now that that embarrassing display of a first fight is done, let us continue onward. You got spin wheel. I got like pinwheel. That's funny. All right. I see now why Sigma fell at the hands of Mega Man X. He is quite formidable. I am not sure our Mavericks can hold him long enough. We may have to intervene. That was a completely different Sergei's voice, but that's fine. Dr. Kane, what happened? A group of Mavericks calling themselves the X Hunters have just contacted us. Greetings. Greetings. We have all of Zero's parts. Zero? That character who sacrificed himself and will never come back? They can be yours if you can defeat us. We look forward to meeting you, X. X? Zero's control chip is still stored here. I doubt it's possible to resurrect him without it. Dr. Kane, I've got to get Zero's parts back. At any cost. And yes, I will actually save. Now, we can fight the X Hunters in any stage that we haven't beaten yet. They are very tough. I will just say that now. And you can see where they are on the map by checking, where the sort of Sigma markers. I don't want to go there without this one. Also, be careful. You want to make sure that there is always one more Maverick than there is X Hunter. If you beat a stage that an X Hunter is in without defeating them, they will disappear and you cannot fight them. And if you, say, haven't beaten any of them, and haven't made any of them run away, but only have 3 Mavericks left, I do believe one of them automatically runs. So we will be trying to fight them as much as we can. we will see which X-Hunter we get to fight in the stage of Flame Stag. And unlike the first game, the X-Hunters do not come back after they are dealt with in this game. Right, there's an impenetrable wall. But, before we try to figure out how to... Come on. Before we try to figure out how to... Please, go up. Thank you. Before we try to figure out how to break it, let's grab that sub-tank. Now we can go back down and trick our friend here into breaking open the wall for us. As you can see, the reason why I grabbed the sub-tank first is because after you destroy the wall, it, well, dies. Right. Now, this area, in my more casual runs, I've always had a problem with. And it's not because the section is too difficult, it's because I want to grab every single item that they place, which is entirely the point. That's why they put them there, is so that way less skilled players can, you know, die trying to grab them. But as you can see, unlike most platformers of the era, lava isn't an insta-kill. Instead, it just hurts you. But now we will do our climb. No! Ah, that's rough. I didn't even grab the heart tank. Well, this time, I will make sure that I have a proper X-Buster shot ready for that dude. I keep getting hit by that one enemy. But hey, it's good for... farming up sub-tank energy, I guess. Oy. Wow, I don't know what's going on today, but this is rough. Hey, I did it. Hey, you know that X-Buster shot that I said I was gonna have ready for the enemy? I just had death. Alright. This is my last life for sure. This is embarrassing. Of course, this being a Saturday stream, we have more time afforded to us than the Wednesday stream in the middle of the day, because I don't have work tomorrow, so I can stream for pretty much as long as I want. So I fully intend on completing this game today. There we go. Oh no, how will we get across to the other side? Oh, that was nice. That would be, very annoying if they forced you to, Come on, down here. There you go. If they forced you to, die, just to get back there. Anyway. You know, using the large health pickup as a bait. I am Sergus, And I will not allow you to stop the unification. It is for the good of all. Anyway, so here's Sergus. I don't like this guy. Just kind of fighting him. But there actually is an interesting lore tidbit about him. One is that I'm apparently terrible at fighting him. But the... Come on. There we go. But the more interesting thing is he is heavily implied to be sort of the android version of a familiar enemy. Come on. Oh, you're joking. There we go. You have merely delayed the inevitable. Why is there a comma there? We will meet again. You got 0 part number 1. Neat. Also terribly, terribly morbid. But yes, now we have defeated Sergus, so we never have to deal with Sergus again. Except for the part where we'll have to deal with Sergus again. Neat. Oh, less neat. Dangerous, one might call it. Speaking of dangerous, I wasn't even paying attention. Attention! Luckily... Ooh! They don't do that much damage on contact. Oh. But hey, 1 damage can still kill you. And unlike the initial climb, they don't give you a health pickup right after. But, with all that said, let's go fight Flame Stag. There we go. How's everybody in chat doing today? I know that I've not been playing, you know, to the best of my abilities, but hopefully it's still entertaining. Right, so here we have Sigma's second phase from Mega Man X1, if they actually let him change his patterns. Oh, that's right. But with that, the other 2 X Hunters relocate. I'm going to fight Crystal Snail, because I think I have everything I need to get the items in this stage, and Crystal Snail's weapon will be able to help me grab a few more items that I've been avoiding other stages because of. Oh, you know what? I don't think I can get everything in this stage, actually. Also, the ride armor has a hover feature, as you can see. Just hold down the jump button and you'll be able to I might be able to make that jump, because I don't think when you do a dash jump you can what do you call it? Air dash. In fact, I know you can't. So I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be able to get that with your current abilities right now. I believe if you get a game over in the stage, but don't defeat an X Hunter, it doesn't disappear, which doesn't matter for me right now. Why am I not jumping off of the platform? Or why am I not hopping out of the ride armor? Alright. But just in case, please don't spawn in Crystal Snail stage. Boy. This is just going to be... This stream is just going to have a lot of me dying to grab a singular power-up. I'm feeling that. I'm sensing that that is the theme for today. Which, hey, if you enjoy my suffering, this might be the stream for you. Although, I know of one other... Why aren't I using Strike Chain to pull myself closer? Part of that is just me not using my brain, apparently. Just like how I'm not jumping out of the ride armor when I'm supposed to. But hey, if you want to see me suffer, just wait until X7. Alright. Get Strike Chain out. There we go! Strike Chain, as you can tell, is able to pull you towards the wall. I believe it can also grab power-ups for you, much like Boomerang Cutter in the first game. Although it doesn't have nearly the range. So, you know, it's a give and take. No. Get out. X, please. And because we're not in X5 and they haven't introduced... I didn't beat Flamestag. So in fact, no, I do not have everything that I need in order to get everything on the first go. Well, that's now 2 stages we're going to have to backtrack to. Sorry about that, folks. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoy tonight's festivities anyway. I don't remember if you can actually destroy that thing. Either way, it's dead now. Also, because this isn't Mega Man X5 and we don't have the ability to duck, I don't even have anything to explain myself with. I'm not... performing well tonight, apparently. I knew there was an enemy there. Whatever, we'll go back to Flamestag stage. And now that I'm not trying to, Oh, hey! We can fight 2 X Hunters in the same stage! That's hilarious. Flamestag! Now that I have a bit more health and I'm not going to repeatedly die to grab a heart tank that I already grabbed. Still can't figure out how to time my shots, though. So, yeah, I'm sorry if you were desperately waiting to see if I could play the game. Alright. Waiting with bated breath to see if streamer can actually play video game. Ah! So close. I was gonna be like, look at that! I'm so cool. This is why I died a whole bunch of times. What am I doing? We need to go back up to the X Hunter area. Now, I believe we're fighting Agile, who is also very annoying. No, we're fighting Violin, who is also very annoying. I don't like the X Hunter initial fights.
X, I shall crush you like a tin can.
Ultimately, out of the three, I'd say Violin is probably the most manageable. Ah. Okay, that's a hitbox and a half. Dang it. Alright. Keep doing that, buddy. Oh, you're doing great, sweetie. Come on. And that's one of the reasons why Violin isn't my favorite fight. Because if you get unlucky, the spike ball just blocks all of your shots.
It cannot be! Now the unification is in jeopardy!
Oh no.
You got Zero Part number 2!
I mean, it's still morbid, but like... I guess not as bad because Zero isn't staring you in the face. Still, that just leaves us with one more X Hunter to go. Agile. No, I was about to say, I believe I accidentally fought them in the same order that you fight them in the X Hunter castle stages, because, surprise, the X Hunters have a castle. Which I guess is just a prerequisite if you want to be a Mega Man villain. Doesn't matter what timeline, what continuity, how far into the future it is. No, all villains must have a castle. Whatever, get out of here. But I digress. I think I've kind of been overstating how much I'm not a fan of, like, the final castle type areas, because once again, I very much understand it in a wanting to test the player sort of sense. I just think that they run out of steam with a lot of them, because it just feels like, you know, they're doing it out of tradition instead of a legitimate sense of wanting to test the player's abilities. Ha! Dodged your fireball. Oy. Alright. Once more with gusto. I don't know if I actually have Flame Stag's weakness, which is why I'm not doing it. I'm pretty sure Flame Stag's weakness is the bubbles from Bubble Crab. You know, you were supposed to do literally anything else. Very excited. Got the zoomies this one. And with that, he is much more annoying to try and hit. Oh, yeah? Much like the first game, where one of the Mavericks had an attack I've never seen before. I never knew that Flame Stag had to, like, crawl up the wall. So sure you can move. I'm just glad he doesn't have a quick drop. That would be very annoying to try and... because obviously you don't have the greatest viewing angle. Alright. But that is one flame stag down. As well as Violin, the X-Hunter, which just leaves us with, like I said, Agile. But enough of that.
You got Speed Burner.
If anybody in chat has played Mega Man X2 or can look it up, does anybody know where you get... It's probably Overdrive Ostrich. I think I called him Speed Ostrich earlier. It's probably Overdrive Ostrich. Because haha, speed. But I'm going to go back to Crystal Snail because I believe I have what I need to destroy those things. If not, at the very least, we can take on Agile and try to beat the boss now that I'm once again not repeatedly throwing myself into the same pit over and over. Well, come on. No! What? Yeah, because it's not that either. That's not one that I would need. I'm trying to think of what weapon I need for that. Ooh, yeah. Here we have one of the reasons why the X Legacy Collection just being emulation is kind of a negative. It emulates the lag of the original, which I mentioned before. But you really feel it in these later Super Nintendo games, including the next one, which, spoiler alert, the X Legacy Collection version of Mega Man X3 is the Sega Saturn and PlayStation 1/Windows version. So, for those hoping for Bilzard Buffalo, I'm sorry. And for those who have no idea what the hell a Bilzard and or Buffalo is, you'll see. And now that I have more health than none, I won't get hit by that enemy who I didn't even make spawn. Anyway, with all that being said, I'm trying to think what some of my favorite, armors for Mega Man X is. Because a lot of the games, I don't want to say, oh, pretty much every single game. No. Don't tell me. Not only did they have... Yep. Okay. So that thing that I couldn't get is, not a sub-tank or whatever, it's the X-Hunter fight. So that means I have to die and go pick another stage.
Mega Man X. Enter the capsule. This enhancement will modify your radar optics. It uses some energy, but with it, you will be able to see objects that you could not see before. Good luck, Mega Man.
Which is very strange, because later on in the series, they just call him X. Yeah! Anyway, so here's one of the least useful head parts in the series. which is saying something, because pretty much all of the X... well, if I'm going to die and go pick another stage, I probably shouldn't have picked up the 1-up. But yes, that is a sensor that tells you where hidden objects are. Problem is, you have to manually equip it and press the attack button. Also, obviously because they didn't want to use one of the face buttons, you have to equip it. And it says that it uses some energy, but I guess that's only for undiscovered secrets, or it just has a very large pool of energy. Because I could not get that thing to spend energy, and I was just using that like more often than you would ever use it in an actual stage. Just to show what it does. I am very upset that this is this is what I ended up having to do. I'm just going to go to Overdrive Ostrich. Because I think this is where you get the leg parts. And this will enable me to do some backtracking.
Overdrive Ostrich!
Which is very nice. And I guess will help when I am dying to a whole bunch of enemies that I really shouldn't be dying to. So here we have another area. This one you need spin wheel to get to. And it is another X Hunter fight. I didn't realize the X Hunter was here. Alright, well, I'm silly. Welcome, X. Your destruction is at hand. Let me unequip. So, Agile certainly lives up to his name. But if you're able to time things right, which as you can see I am adept at, you are able to pretty handily lock him into a cycle. I, however, cannot. I just kind of die. However, if you do not return to the stage select, and you get a game over, from, say, an X Hunter, you don't lose out on the ability to go fight that X Hunter. I believe it will just go to another stage, which is very nice. Yeah. But with all that said, let's try this again. There we go. Do it again. I dare you. Come on. Ooh, skilled hunter, veteran Maverick Hunter MegaMarathon X. Well, I gambled and I lost. Just like Agile is about to do. Up top. Alright. There we go.
I may have failed, but you will never live to see zero. You got zero part number 3.
3. And now we're just carrying our friend's corpse. Yeah, once again, they're robots. Try not to think about it too much. Hey. Not what I needed, but I appreciate it. Alright. Now we have the... I forget what they call this. Bike. There's a bike. Huh. There doesn't seem to be anything here. That's because we can't do anything with it yet, because I haven't beaten Crystal Snail. No, not Crystal Snail. Morph Moth. Morph Math. There are some clever environmental things that you can do with the Maverick weapons. God, felt like it took all of my brain power just to remember the word for weapon. Anyway, so yeah, that's the gimmick. Yeah, got him. You can... I don't have the air dash. Alright, we'll save game data. Oh, you know what? You can't, in this game, hit retry stage. But, doesn't really matter. We have beaten all of the X Hunters, so we no longer have to worry about them ever. Ever. Overdrive Ostrich! But now that I have shown you the gimmick of the stage with the chaser bike, I want to say is what it's probably called. It's probably just bike. But now that I have shown you that, we can start this stage off proper. And by that I mean I'm saying that in a desperate hope that I don't fail and die again. There we go. Here's where you might want to seek out a GameCube copy of the Mega Man X collection. Because, once again, this game, and especially Mega Man X3 on the Super Nintendo, really pushed the system to the limits. And you might be wondering how you get that. There's no way to climb. Patience. I think there should be a bike around here somewhere. Ah! Dang it. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to ride the bike all the way through, doing dash jumps and whatnot. And then you can safely grab, well, as safely as running into a wall of spikes unless you're properly timing your... Dang it. Try to do a dash jump and then go through the collectibles. Am I going to game over another time just because I want to grab this heart tag? Yeah, I think I will. Who am I? There we go. Now we have to restart the stage over again. I'm so sorry, chat. But hey, it leads to less backtracking. Because I just haven't beaten the stage yet, so technically. But yes, this stage is where you get the leg parts. We needed Wheelgator's weapon in order to get it. As well as something else. Got the X Hunter fight, got the... Yeah, I think we got everything you would really need in this stage. Now you go over the sand dune. And mistime your jump. Doesn't really matter anyway. Alright. I have a question for chat. When or if y'all play games, do you tend to go for 100% completion or just casually? I tend to 100% complete my games just because I tend to get a lot more out of them.
MegaMarathon X. Enter the capsule. This enhancement will modify your main drive unit. With it, you will be able to dash while in midair. Use it wisely, MegaMarathon X.
I tend to go for 100% completion in my game just to see every sort of little secret, everything that the level designers and other people put a lot of time and effort into. I like to, you know, see all the little things that they hide in each nook and cranny. I know that it can make some games an absolute slog. Also, this is a really cool set piece going into boss. X just destroying a rocket as he's riding it. But unfortunately it cancels our charge. And my brain just completely shut off. Right, I was talking about when first playing a game, do you play it casually or do you try to 100% it? I know there are a lot of games where they intend you to... Nice. Just got kicked in the face so hard I exploded. But, because we just got a game over, we're all good. We have lives to spare. I know a lot of games are made for you to play them casually first and then go for 100%. But you know what? If they didn't want me to go for 100%, they wouldn't add a whole bunch of optional collectibles. Because my brain wants the shiny things. Nice. You know that same exact attack that killed me before? Why don't I just get hit by it again? Maybe I just need to build up a resistance to it. Anyway, whenever Overdrive Ostrich gets too far off screen or runs off like that, you look in the background and then you see a rather familiar figure running towards you. And then you just move out of the way and shoot. There we go. That's Overdrive Ostrich. I was gonna say done and dusted, but there's sand everywhere. God, I just love the music in MegaMarathon X games. It's so good. Mega Man just as a series. You got Sonic Slicer! Mega Man just as a franchise just has some banger music tracks. I think I used that one correctly. Alright, but with that, not Flame Stag, but Wheel Gator. Now we can go back for some stuff that I couldn't grab before. There we go. This will just be coming back for the heart tank, and then, much like the first game, they graced us with the option of an escape unit. Once again, don't have to do anything to unlock it. You just enter a stage you've already completed, and you're able to use it. I want to say the air dash, just using it reminded me. I want to say the air dash was something that eventually became a standard part of X's moveset in like... Well, maybe. I think you still have to get it as an upgrade, but they just kind of added it as like a secondary thing, just...
Oh yeah, also you can air dash. Don't forget that X.
Dang it. But you see what you're supposed to do there. You're supposed to charge up... I was about to call it Burning Ranger. Speed Burner. Burning Ranger, or Burning Rangers, is a Sega Saturn game. Very highly recommended.
I'm so sorry, chat.
If anybody sticks through this in the stream archive, I applaud you. Even if that's just me making like a stream highlights thing, you know. Oh, nice! Now I have an extra chance to fail. Which, you know, oh! I could probably make like little clips throughout the week for like YouTube Shorts. Because I know YouTube Shorts is something that YouTube wants people to start using more. So, who knows, maybe it might be a way to get myself out there. I will probably have the screen super small, because I cannot stand, like, super cropped videos, which you could probably tell by the fact that I'm using as close to the original aspect ratio as this, collection would allow, because Super Nintendo games were weird with their resolution. Because, you know, why not be quirky? It's only the way that people are going to see how the games play. That didn't make any sense. I hope somebody understands what I'm talking about. It's not quite 4:3. Right. Something that I applaud Mega Man X3 is they tell you which items you've already gotten from stages. I've gotten everything from Wire Sponge, gotten everything from Flame Stag, just got the last thing from Wheel Gator, and I'm pretty sure I have everything from Overdrive Ostrich. So, we'll go to Deep Sea Base to fight Bubble Crab. Hey chat, it's your favorite time and mine. I can avoid backtracking by doing a, I'm pretty sure, frame perfect trick. Actually, I don't remember if you can do this one or not. This one you might just have to backtrack. Which would be annoying if true, because, you know, I'm sure there are games that you can actually beat without having to Mega Man X games specifically, that you can beat without having to backtrack a single time. Am I skilled enough to do that? Probably not. I probably missed a collectible up there. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember this stage that well. There we go. And as always, I will try to show as much of the stages as I can for those who are just like, hey, I can't find the X Hunter location for, Flame Stag or Bubble Crab. And, well, here it is. Okay, now correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, this. Because I don't know if you can use... You can! Never mind, chat. I just... I just didn't remember that you could use Speed Burner in the water. I am under the water. I am drowning. Please help. Whatever that friggin' dude says. Although that being said, I think this stage has the last sub-tank, and that might be that area that we just saw. But if you go up, you get another boss room. This is where you fight the X Hunter. There we go. Now that I'm not unnecessarily getting hit by it. But yes, this honestly is not too bad of a stage. Which is, a rarity for most water levels. And unlike in the first... Nice. That was not worth it. Because now I have to go back up and fight these dudes again. Because unlike the first game, where I didn't like the stage, not because it had water in it, but just because I thought, You're joking. Come on. They used the same mini-boss a few too many times. For my liking. It got kind of grating. But now we have the boss fight. I believe Bubble Crab's weakness is Speed Cutter? Not Speed Cutter. What do you call it? Overdrive Cutter. Sonic Slicer. Which does wonder... No. What am I talking about? It's Spin Wheel. Gets rid of his shield. Even though often he just brings it right back up. Then he runs into it like a doofus. Alright. But as you can see, no Spark Mandrill Syndrome for Bubble Crab. He can still do things even when you attack him with his weakness. Takes all the fun out of it, if you ask me. I'm just kidding. Please. I like my bosses to actually be able to do things. Anyway. You got... Bubble Splash. Okay, fine. You got Bubble Splash! Doesn't seem like a very effective weapon. But that's mainly because it isn't. Unless you are in Bubble Crab's stage itself, then it's a bit more useful. Because aside from, like, one spot in X Hunter Stage 2 that I can think of off the top of my head, the rest of the game, spoilers, doesn't have water. And also, it causes the game to lag out immensely. Oh, nice. Come on. There we go. Let me, there we go. Let me save some of that. So the reason why I said I'm pretty sure you need Bubble Crab's weapon for a collectible is because, like I said, I'm pretty sure this stage has the last sub-tank. And you can only get it by jumping up here. No, what? Hello? Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? Oh, you know what? Yeah, you use Bubble Crab's weapon to grab the sub-tank because they allow you to have an extra jump on the surface of the water, which not a lot of people know, and so they're just like, I don't know how you're supposed to grab this. It took me a minute to actually remember that, if you couldn't tell. Right. I'm going to go to Magna Centipede's stage. Magna Centipede! Mainly because, aside from, like, maybe his weakness, I think I have everything I need. Also, look familiar? I'm pretty sure that's the computer, or at least a very similar one, that we saw in the opening with the X Hunters. Anyway, so you have these searchlights. If you get spotted, then the boxes fall down and try to shoot you, which is very rude of them. So, the big challenge here, not getting caught by the searchlights. And that's because that dude wouldn't be there if we did. And I think they thought about it. Woo! This particular one doesn't respawn like the other ones do. I could be wrong about that. But that one you can't just cheese by, yeah, as you can see, you can't use, Bubble Splash to jump higher because we're not in water, so that doesn't work here. Alright, so we have all these falling, crushing blocks. You can destroy the pink ones. You can also die by getting crushed by the pink ones. That's okay. We have all those extra lives. We have 5 lives because 0 counts as life in this game. series, I want to say. Oh yeah, also those little ones fall down. But yeah, see? Because I destroyed that one, it never came back. How unfortunate. Alright. Now that I remember how this is going to go, I can be prepared. And also, so it stops right here, the pink one that you can destroy. But then another gray one falls from here and crushes you. So that's very kind of it. I don't know what happened there, but I do know what happened there. I just kind of ran into the crushing block. Also, I like how the mysterious floating orb computer thing is kind of in sync with the music. Like, I could be hearing that wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's in time with the music, which is a funny little thing. Alright. Now that we're back, I just did the exact same thing. Alright. Quite embarrassing. I never claimed to be a Class SA rank hunter, as we saw from Zero's bio. I'm pretty sure they changed that to be like... No, it's still SA in the later games. It's Zero not Zero, it's MegaMarathon X, who is the B rank hunter between X and Zero. There. Hey, now that I'm not just jumping into my death. Speaking of jumping into my death, I think there's something over there, and I want it. How do I get over there? Because there's nobody I can make a platform out of. I don't have an upward air dash. Huh. Somebody should make a game with that. Also, if you didn't know, in the MegaMarathon X games, double tapping a direction also works as pressing a dash, pressing the dash button, the one and only dash button. And that's what happened there. Am I ashamed about it? Kind of. I didn't realize I was dashing until a bit too late, and I'm not going to die to the easiest crushing block segment. I have already died in the same place twice. I would like to maintain a little bit of dignity. I swear I've played these games before. Alright. Then these fall. There's nothing I can break. Because, like, the only way I would have enough height is if I did it back here. Oh, you have to dash jump first. Also, I don't know why I said the last sub-tank was in there when there are 4 in this game, not 3. I'm just kind of all sorts of all sorts of confused today, apparently. Anyway, so this is something. I don't remember what it's called, but this is what I want to say it's called the CX4 chip was for in the Super Nintendo original. It helped create these wild and wacky, wireframe effects that the Super Nintendo couldn't produce normally, I guess. Ah, nice. Honestly, it's not too bad of a boss. When you see it start shaking itself like that, you know it's gonna try to follow wherever your current position is, followed up by a slash. So, you just stay up high and get down low, or vice versa. However you feel like playing it. Dang it. Ah! So this room is very unique. As you can see, it is constructing itself as you are running through. And there is a little homing beacon, like the one that we have. If you are not fast enough, I believe it locks off the way to the X Hunter. But because I made a mad dash to it, I was able to show where it was. But anyway, this is another mini-boss in this stage. Once again, it's kind of lopsided like it was in the first Mega Man X. Not my favorite, but oh well, whatever. You don't need to specifically hit it in the face, you can hit it in the body. I just like doing that better. But that little what do you call it? Reticle that was chasing after us was for this dude. Because the more of the combat data that this dude over here collects, the more aggressive it becomes. I don't think it adds any more attacks, it just increases the attack speed and damage. Nice. But now, no matter what we do, they are aware of our presence. And I need to remember that and not just rush through with caution to the wind. Because that will get me killed. Oy, please don't be a game over. It was a game over! Yay! Congratulations, everybody! We did it! We beat the game! Let's try it again. Hey, how you doing? Magna Centipede! Now that I'm not going for any collectibles in this stage, and not willingly throwing myself into pits, or unwillingly sometimes, this should be a better run of the stage. And you can hold me to that, chat. If it's not a better run of this stage, I will give you your money back for this, guaranteed. Can't give you the time back, because, well, time is a finite resource, and I am no, I was about to say no chronologist, but I don't remember what you would call somebody who messes with time. Chronomancer, that's what it is. I don't think this is the wireframe's actual weakness. but it works. Ah, dang it. That thing that doesn't actually really matter. Anyway. I've shown you, the easiest version. So, why not show you the hardest version? Oh, also you can destroy the blocks. And not just with your face. I'm really glad that the goop things that make... Yeah, see? You don't have access to the X Hunter room if you take too long. But now that it has all of our battle data, it should be a bit of a tougher fight. And you can tell that it's harder because it's turning a different color. Oh, you know how I said I don't think it adds any new attacks? I'm a liar, apparently. Once again, I don't know if that's actually the dude's weakness. It just does a lot of damage because it's a stationary target. Alright. But now, as long as I don't die to the same friggin' what do you call it? Crushing block. Should be good. There we go. Yeah. Now we have one of my least favorite bosses in this game. Just because it's another one of those, I'm going to teleport around and have a whole bunch of invincibility frames. I will say, the design is cool. And it has a lot of unique moves, as well as being able to teleport and be on the ceiling. Ah! But still, it's, like I said, one of those bosses that just teleports around and likes to be invincible because, haha, screw you. Also, as you saw, while its sort of tail sections are flying around, they can't really hurt you. They just block your shots and make it annoying to try and do. But they will hit you if, obviously, they meet in the middle. Come on. Ah! So, now I'm debuffed. Now I cannot charge my Buster. And he's about to do it. Okay, I was about to say. I believe dude can also make it so you can't jump. You are just having the time of your life right now. Oh, now I can't dash too. Nice. You're just gonna keep debuffing me till I can't do anything, huh? Well, you know what? I believe Sonic Slicer is your weakness. No. But does it do the thing that it did in X1 where you can cut off the tail? It doesn't look like it. That's not your weakness. What am I doing? Is it Strike Chain? Is it really Strike Chain? Eh, it doesn't seem like it. But it's still enough to kill him. Woo! Yeah, no, I don't know if the debuffs are like a time-based thing, and it just keeps racking up the timer the more you get stuck. But like, oh, it's so annoying to deal with. Alright,
You got Magnet Mine.
So we have all the stuff from Magna Centipede, so we will never, wink wink, need to go back there. I'm just gonna go to Morph Moth's stage real quick. Morph Moth! That one's fun to say. Morph Moth. This one I believe we will have to backtrack to, just because I haven't beaten Crystal Snail yet. Because there is something up here which we cannot access yet. But you know what? I'll just beat the stage and then we'll come back, because it's like pretty much just at the very beginning of the stage, so I don't think there's too much lost if we have to come back for that specific heart tank.
Mega Man X, enter the capsule. This enhancement will modify your body armor. With it, you can absorb damage and transfer it into explosive weapon energy.
So this one, it sounds like whenever you get hit, you get weapon energy. That's not the case. You just get... Does anything to bosses? Like, I could be wrong, but I think it's just like a screen clearing thing for normal enemies. Which, don't get me wrong, is very nice, especially if you're in a pinch. But there are a lot better tools, rather, if that's the case. Excuse me? Please take damage. There we go. Alright, there we go. Hey, that mini boss was kind of annoying, right? I hope we never see that dude again in this same stage. Why do they keep putting the same kind of annoying mini boss in the same level twice? Like, seriously? Please. Anyway, so over here is the last X Hunter fight door. If I'm not mistaken, I think I've shown all of them off. Somebody in the comments or in the chat can correct me if I am mistaken. Then it's just like, you didn't show the one for... I don't know. I was gonna say Maverick from Mega Man X3. Because I legitimately couldn't think of any, like, X Hunter boss fight where I didn't show yet. Oh, you know what? We could have gone and done Crystal Snail at any time now that the X Hunters are gone. But hey. Just to be absolutely sure, now we'll have every weapon except for Crystal Snail's weapon, which I know for sure isn't the way to break the ice. Also, look at that. The same mini-boss again. But now that I actually had a fully charged up thing ready to go for him, it wasn't too bad. Also, those dudes, while not super annoying to fight, can be little jerks because they can reverse your movements. They can make it so that way you can't press a certain button when they latch onto you. Anyway, so here we are at Morph Moth. Still a very annoying name to say. Luckily, it's not as annoying to fight. Also, I love when you use its weakness on it, because it has a hilarious little animation where you're just like, oh, that was kind of spicy. Anyway, so now it goes up, and you might notice it didn't look like it did before. Oh, that's because the moth has now morphed. It has lasers. That wasn't what I was going to say, but I don't remember what I was going to say. I remember what I was going to say. Blah, 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 blah. I was gonna say not annoying, you just have to, or not really that annoying, you just have to make sure you don't let him run into you. Just like that. I think I'll show that the Giga Attack doesn't really do anything to bosses. Oh, I'm sorry, it did 2 damage. Excuse me? Let me try that again. Because I do not believe that the charged up version does nothing. Yeah. Aha. I don't know if his weakness is still nice. It is, okay. It just doesn't have the hilarious little animation anymore. I was about to say, because I think that would be the first Maverick to have 2 different weaknesses, if that was the case. Well, obviously, like, standard main stage Maverick. To have 2 different weaknesses. There are, like, mini-bosses and whatnot who have multiple different weaknesses. For example, I believe Vile from the first game. Or at the very least, the 3rd game. Oops! Spoilers. Once again, pretty much everybody who died in the first game comes back, except for Sigma's dog. You got Silk Shot. I don't remember if the dog had a name. I'm pretty sure it did. They just don't mention it in-game. Right, so let's head to Energen Crystal for Crystal Snail again, because I just kept forgetting to fight this dude. Crystal Snail! Also, yes, when we get to Mega Man X7, I will be doing the announcer voice still. Even though I don't like that game, and I was heavily debating just going, you know what, no, this game doesn't get that. I figured, okay, in the sake of fairness, literally every other game gets that, so we'll do it for Mega Man X7. So yeah, this is what Silk Shot does, by the way. Is it the most obvious one that I just never decided to use? No, what? How the hell do you get in here then? Cause I'm a silly. I'm silly. You see, what you do... what you do is you trigger the thing to fall down, and that destroys the little thing that makes it so that way the ride armor can't come up here. Oh. I'm so upset with myself right now. I totally could have fought the X Hunter, by the way. I'm so sorry that I've wasted everybody's time because I didn't just look it up. But once again, I've played these games before. I just didn't remember that. Excuse me. Well, if anybody in chat is disappointed in me, don't worry. I'm disappointed in myself even more. Anyway, now for realsies, that is the last X Hunter fight door. Yeah, you know what? I deserved that. Friggin... Alright, anyway. It's not that big a deal. Well, I'm sure the people who wanted me to get on to the final stages about an hour ago, it's probably a bigger deal to them, but once again, we're doing a Saturday stream, so... I got all the time in the world. I don't need to split this into 2 separate streams. And of course, I have done streams longer than 2 hours. Come on. On Wednesday, it's just... That's what I find to be a good cutoff point. If that makes sense. So that way I'm not, you know, screwing over my ability to get some sleep before work the next day. Make sure that I can make dinner for myself and all that fun stuff. All that funny junk, as Garfield would say. Alright. There we go. Oh no. Whatever shall I do? Oh, also. Just get out of here, bats. Just get out of here, all bats. I know they probably have an actual name, but come on. There we go. Silkshot, for some reason, pulls a bunch of items at you. They can be 1-ups, they can be health, which is very nice for quickly filling up sub-tanks. They can be weapon energy, as you saw. But it's always something. It's always something with Silkshot. There we go. And that is another thing that the radar scope, I believe it's called, item tracer. Never would have guessed. Like, legitimately. It's kind of an awkward name for an item, but I digress. I guess it explains what it does well. Anyway, so here is Crystal Snail. If you're playing this on the X Legacy Collection or the original Super Nintendo, be careful. This boss is just weaponized slowdown. Because it's got all these fancy rotational effects and screen warping effects. And please, for the love of gods, let me hit you. Yeah, pretty much anytime that you get a good clean hit on him, dude will instantly spit. Well, crystals. Not crystals, but crystal goop. As you could see by the fact that he just friggin' did it again. He did it again! Here we go. There's that itemized, weaponized slowdown. And it takes so long to start a charge that it pretty much isn't worth it to even try to attack. Come on. With anything besides the charge. We get to do that all again. Are you ready, chat? Nope. I want to say Silk Shot is this dude's weakness, although I might be confusing it with Magna Centipede. I guess we'll find out. And I guess essentially this dude spends a lot of time teleporting? No. Okay. Is it Sonic Slicer? No. It'd be hilarious if it was Strike Chain. It's Magnet Mine. Which has the effect that I completely forgot about. Of kicking a dude out of his shell. Get dunked on. I forgot you can't duck in this game. You know, the game where ducking was introduced, Mega Man X5, you don't really use it that often. But then there are other games where it's just like, oh, I would love to have this in here. Oh, haha. I almost died again. But that is all 8 Mavericks down. I think I did all the backtracking as I was going through the stages. If anyone in chat has been paying attention, you got Crystal Hunter! No, I need to go back to Morph Moth. That's what I'm missing. Mega Man X! I've located the X-Hunter's base. It's at grid location 00. That's right at the North Pole. Roger, Dr. Kane. I'm on my way. It will take some more time to reactivate Zero. Slow them down, Mega Man X. Seriously, the Super Nintendo trilogy, it's so awkward that they just call him Mega Man X. Just call him X. We know who you're talking about. Alright, but now you will see Crystal Hunter in action. Oh, you're joking. It was the first item. So we have a 1-up, and that heart tank that I was missing. Now I have everything. I think. I have all of Zero's parts, which is very nice. I wonder what that's used for. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Alright. So, before we leave, I want to make sure that I have everything. Wire sponge? Got it all. Morph moth? Just finished. Flame stag? I've had everything for a while. Magna centipede? Yes. Crystal snail? Yes. Wheel gator? Yes, I went back for the heart tank. As soon as I beat Flame Stag, actually. Bubble crab, yes. An overdrive ostrich? Indubitably. The X Hunter stage. And one of my favorite tracks from this game. It goes so hard. But, like I was alluding to before, the actual X Hunter stage itself, I'm not a super big fan of. Hey, got it. Alright. So now we have these dudes from the opening tutorial, which I failed to hit. Alright. And now, they shake it up a bit. It's so funny when the music chugs, because the game can't handle everything happening on screen. Also, that was a little detail that not many people might notice. Come on. Respawn one of them, please. Oh, whatever. Those little scorpion dudes, when they open their claws up wide, that means they're going to shoot 3 lasers. When their claws are open a tiny bit, that means that they're just going to shoot 1 laser. Why they have the difference in move to begin with, I don't know. But they thought it pertinent. Oh. It's not... Oh, also, as you could tell by the fact that I didn't go into Wheel Gator stage and then jump off the side of the giant mech like 5 different times, we don't have a super weapon ability, or like a hidden upgrade, like the Hadouken, or hidden unlockable like the Hadouken in Mega Man X1. Or do we? Obviously, by the fact that I am posing that question, there is. And if you played this before, you more than likely know what it is and where you get it. But I'm pretty sure, like before, you have to be at full sub-tanks and everything to get it. I know you for sure have to be at full health. And I was talking, so I didn't hear if that was the... Yeah, okay. That was the jingle saying, hey, you got everything. Whew. Oh, very dangerous. But yeah, because that dude didn't open up the thing all the way. Yeah, see? 2 different, oh. I'm a dumb. The hidden weapon that may or may not be in this game for 100% completion isn't even in the first X Hunter stage. Alright. Now we're facing Violin! Because, of course. I don't know if it's supposed to be a pun based off of violin, the instrument, or violence. All I know is that friggin' spike ball eats up more of my shots than I like. And also, because there are little platforms there, the spike ball can very easily catch you in a corner and shred your health very quickly. And also, he's invincible whenever he's changing the layout of the stage. Dummy. Alright, you know what? Violin can have that one. Also, if I'm not mistaken, his weakness is Bubble Splash. And that just comes off to me as like... hilarious. I don't know why I worded it like that. It's hilarious to me, is what I was trying to say. Unlike other mini-bosses in the Mega Man X games, using their weaknesses on them does not kill them. They do not get replaced by different bosses. This is what I was talking about. I'm upset. Okay, it took a second to load in there, but we're good, we're good. And just to show you that once again, the Giga attack is kind of useless in this game. At least for bosses. Once again, it could be like the best thing ever when it comes to fighting Crystal Snail. I don't know. Magna Centipede quakes in fear. Okay, I have an extra life. I was about to say, if I die, or if I get a game over, or if I'm on my last life, I'm going to use a sub-tank so I don't game over. Gods, I am not not performing optimally today. I don't have that crutch 100% move that may or may not exist in this game. Oh, let me hit you. You're a jerk. I'm mad. Oh, the one time I don't jump back. So how's everybody in chat doing today? You know how I said I was gonna use the subtext so I don't get a game over? That was before I got frustrated. And forgot to use the subtext when I had the chance. Right, I wonder why I never actually ended up speedrunning Mega Man X. Is it because I get flustered and make stupid mistakes like that? Nah, couldn't be. Game's just unfair and too difficult and cheating all at once. Oh, I thought I accidentally triggered that thing to start going. I was about to say, well, that sucks. You can live. Come on. Oh! Oh, very close. Fun fact, chat, you cannot stagger the scorpion enemy while it's trying to do its attack. Shocking revelation to many of us, I know. Also, I find it funny that those little grabby hands from the intro stage are only now coming back. Like, you would expect them to have come back at least once before this point. Or at least I would have. And I'm not saying, oh, they didn't bring back this one level hazard from the very beginning of the game. Bad level design, bad level designers. You know, bad game. I'm just saying I find it funny that it took this long for them to bring that back. Alright. Once more with gusto. Please, make up your mind. Well, you know that lead that I had when it came to health? Excuse me? I pressed the wrong button and I didn't actually use the sub-tank. Ooh, we're making it through, folks. Or at the very least, we're trying. I am pissed. Why? Why did you choose violence? Oh, I get it now. Also, I find it so funny that, like, the destructive force that they're trying to paint Violin's Wrecking Ball as, it never breaks any of the blocks. Like, if they could, like, destroy the blocks, like, it would seem like a bit more, you're joking. It would seem a bit more hazardous, or at least it would to me. But also, I'm the one who just keeps dying to it, so maybe it's plenty hazardous. Is that another game over? No? But I swear to God, if this friggin' boss game overs me one more time... Because I believe his attacks are random. He has a chance of throwing it out high or throwing it out low. And there's just no way to tell. See, like that one was a low throw. See...
What? How could he have overloaded my circuits? Ah!
Dude just decided, I guess because I was playing less aggressively, to stop doing the same thing over and over again, which was proving to be effective for him, not gonna lie. But ooh, not my favorite fights in the series. Did I ever use the sub-tank? I didn't. Cool. So guess who doesn't have to go energy grinding? Also, I called it. X Hunter Stage 2 is the only other place where we saw water in the game. Also, these dudes, if you don't destroy them quickly enough, end up coming back, and I just walked into that enemy as projectiles. Oh, stuttering? Hello. That one was on the X collection. That one was on the X Legacy collections, and that wasn't me. We're doing the risky strat. So normally what you can do is just ride the missile over by constantly wall dashing on it, or wall climbing. Also, they put these here to deter you from just doing this, but really, who's gonna stop me? I want to get my health back before doing this next section. Right, also, if you're at a loss for what to do in this segment, remember, you're at the end of the game. You have Crystal Hunter now. Unlike some of the later X games, you can't tackle the final area without having all of the weapons. So, they actually use it in the level design. Please. Spare a crumb of energy. Please. You're hilarious. Just one large health pickup is all I need, and I was going to say good as rain, but then I remembered the phrase is right as rain and good as gold. You're hilarious, you know that? There's nothing aside from, like, Giga Crush, which isn't even charged by standard weapon energy, that I can use that for. I do want to see an alternate timeline. Come here. I do want to see an alternate timeline where these games got ported to the Sega Genesis. I very much would enjoy that. My Sega fan brain. Also, I was super far ahead. I don't even think the thing that may or may not be in this game is even here until the third stage. But stages 2 and 3 look so similar to me. That's why I confused them. Also, hey! You know how I've been talking about Giga Crush is pretty much worthless in this game? I found a situation where it's not. Let me rephrase that. I found the one situation where it's not. And that was what it was good for. Pretty much after that, dude's weakness is Sonic Slicer. In fact, I want to say if you get up here, you're in just the right spot, you can make these rain down on him. Which, as you can tell, I am a master of. But you can just bounce them off the edge of the screen. Which is working swimmingly. Fun fact, you cannot wall jump off of I almost called him Dr. Cossack. You cannot jump off of Serges's thing, even though it seems like you should be able to. Or at least it looked like you should have been able to my dumb brain. Anyway. Now that we have more than enough health or more than enough lives to spare, and by that I mean I'm not trying this with 0 lives. Let's give this one more go. I'm not risking anything with crushing hazards. Also, I'm sure there was a faster cycle where I could have gotten to this while it was still down. But did I think of that? No. I was thinking about silly things like the fact that I'm kind of upset with myself that I've had to retry these stages so many times. Right. When you have a weapon on screen, you have to pause the game and switch to a different weapon in order to get rid of it. Alright. Also, I swear after this X Hunter fight, the game will get a bit more interesting. Oh, that's why I can do that, because the little half platform. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, out of all of the X Hunter fights, I think this is my least favorite. Just in general. You know what? I'm not even going to say it's worth it. I'm just going to waste this life getting hit, charging up the attack. The Giga attack, rather. And try that on a fresh life. You're joking. This game is actually mocking me live. Once again, if you double tap a direction, it acts as a secondary command to dash. Ha! You activated my trap card, you fool! Ah, just barely. There we go. Could you imagine how much more annoying this fight would be if I actually tried to use those platforms over there? I say that, but it's becoming more and more tempting as the fight goes on. Alright, here we go. You know, maybe Mega Man was never good. I'm just kidding. And I think the Sonic is never good jokes are finally going to die because IGN was just like, nope, Sonic is good. Please stop harassing us.
This is impossible! The prophecy must be fulfilled!
What prophecy? No idea. Also, it would be so frustrating if that little, like, bit that got destroyed when he fell made you fall into the spikes. I don't care if it would have been like a ranged banged situation and it just looks like you're standing on spikes when you're just on safe ground. But don't even play those games with me. I am not emotionally ready for that. Alright. Hey, look. They actually started using a different song. Oh, and they can start your those little dudes that I was talking about before can also come on. Do I have to use charged up Silk Shot to grab them? No? It's not that one, I swear. Yeah, it should be Strike Chain. Whatever. Anyway. There was something I was saying. Oh, Sonic was never good jokes. Hopefully are being put to an end because IGN was just like, yeah, no, we're sorry we said that. Please stop telling us about it. And I know I said, oh, you know, please stop harassing us. Hopefully people weren't legitimately harassing them. If so, that's not cool. Come on. It's just a game, y'all. Like, just enjoy the things you want to enjoy. If other people don't like it, that's okay. They don't have to like everything that you enjoy because you are two separate people. Why can't I get up there? What am I doing? I am using Crystal Hunter to get up. If I remember to not shoot immediately. Okay, there we go. I think that should be everything back to full. Yeah. Look at that. Ah, right. Right, so we have a branching pathway. I smell a secret. If I can climb the ladder. Please climb the ladder. Thank you. And they're very kind enough, they're very kind as to provide an extra life. So if you do fail in getting this secret, you can always try again as many times as it takes. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Oh, but that doesn't work because I need full health. Ah, you frauds. Oh, what am I doing? I need the charged up flame wheel for that. Alright. It looks like you can't go back, but you can. Like I said, they're actually very kind when it comes to trying to get this secret in particular. Even accommodating for fools like me. Very accommodating for fools like me. So you might be wondering, why aren't you just using Crystal Hunter to make another platform with the bad enemy? And to that I say, I mean, you're right. I probably should. But my mind never thinks of it. I'm so used to dashing through it and not surviving, apparently. Did I say we were doing this first try? I meant third try. Okay. Here we go. Excuse me. Was it because I was slightly off of, or was it because I didn't slightly jump up before? I mean, I know the first time I did it, I had invincibility frames, and so I just kind of walked through it. I mistimed my dash. Oops. But hey, this is what y'all are here to see, right? Me struggling. Because I am certainly not advertising this as a video walkthrough. I try to show off as many secrets as I can, but I am no super guide. And I went a bit too far that time. I'm wondering, looking at it, sorry, I was looking back at the footage, not at the game. I'm wondering if... Well, I can do that for sure and certain. But no, what I'm thinking of is hugging the wall. And then just air dashing near the bottom. That might grant me enough clearance. So, what I'm thinking is that. Yeah, okay. Dang it. I pressed the button a fraction of a second too late. Because what you really need to do is short hop through there. Alright, come over here. Hey! Ooh, just barely not enough. I swear I can do it, chat. Thank you once again for anybody who has been sticking through this, even if it's just in the stream archive. Because I know constantly failing at the same section over and over is not the most entertaining thing to watch. We're doing it, chat. Whew. Okay. Almost there. I pulled forward just a bit too early. Or I pulled back over to the left. So what you need to do for that segment, if you can't tell already, is you need both your air dash and the charged up speed burner. I jumped over it. And the reason why I do the speed burner second is that way I have enough weapon energy if I need to retry. Alright. And for that, we get this.
Wow, you are so cool. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Step inside for a special surprise.
Now in the first game he was dressed up like Ryu from Street Fighter. This one he didn't have a special getup. So I wonder what we get. Yeah, that's right, we get the Shoryuken, which is a bit harder to pull off because if you don't know, you press forward, then down, then diagonal forward and down, and then the attack button. And I don't remember if there's a specific term for that in fighting games, like the fighting game community. But I know what it is for me. Kind of annoying. No! Oh! No! We still have it, okay. I just wanted to double check, make sure. And much like the first game, you can't do it when you are not at full health. And like the first game, it shreds through any enemies. I'm just gonna grab that extra life from up there, just as a bit of insurance, let's call it. You know what? While I'm here, I might as well, you know? Or not. But this path gives the extra life, so I guess we're struggling through it, Jeff. Actually, I'll grab the extra life, and then I'll just go down to the main path. Just so that way, for those watching at home, it's a bit more varied of a watching experience. Because, as you can tell, I am perfectly fine with smashing my head against a wall for minutes on end, trying to get the same friggin' strat off. I'm not risking anything. Call me a fake games player all you want. I do not care. Please give me health, though. You want to call me a fake games player? Just give me some health, and I will be on my way. Alright, give me the rest of my health back. I should specify, I guess. Cool. Now to just make sure that I don't get caught up by one of those. Yeah. If I may ask, what is everybody's experience with the Mega Man series? Whether it be Classic, X, Zero, Battle Network, Star Force, or Legends. I'm curious. If you've never played them, if you've only, like, heard their music, seen people play them. I have played all except for, like, some of the later Star Force games. Star Force and Battle Network just never really were my thing. I'm glad that the Battle Network collection is coming out. I wouldn't want to take that away from Battle Network fans. Because, in essence, you know, we're all cheering for our big blue bud. So, you know, trying to, oh, my version of Mega Man is best, you know, it's just kind of silly. And everyone's gone again. Cool. But hey. Whew. There will be people watching in the future. You know what? I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move and die immediately. Yeah, that's what Agile turned into. But as you can see, he floats above you the entire time. I think I know just the thing to remedy that. I don't think I've ever fought this boss the dev intended way.
No, this cannot be! Master, avenge me!
Who's Master? Why, that's interesting. The X-Hunter's answer to somebody. I guess we'll figure it out in stage 4. 'Cause yes, we are not done. We have not done the customary refighting of all the Mavericks. We have not seen Zero come back. A long vertical corridor. Vertical? Horizontal? Corridor. Seems vaguely familiar. Oh well. Must be imagining things. Let's go refight Flamestag! That one's kind of annoying because, as you can see, the Shoryuken doesn't instantly kill enemies, but it does damage every frame that you make contact with enemies. Typically, you don't want to make contact with enemies, which is why the Shoryuken, while I understand why they made it the way that they did, is not my favorite, secret in this series. Alright. More stuttering. Let me see if I can't... Sure you can! Nope. Guess we're doing this legit. Question is, what's his weakness? You get strike chain from the dude, so I don't think that would necessarily be his weakness. No, what am I talking about? You get spin wheel. What do you mean strike chain wouldn't be his weakness because you get it from him? It is his weakness. I am an absolute... I'm trying to work on not being so negative towards myself. So I'm just going to finish that statement there and just leave it as nothing. Dang it. I was getting some hair out of my face. Haha! You fool! I say as I immediately run into the wall spikes. Haha, I baited you! Honestly, I would say fighting Wheelgator with his weakness is honestly kind of worse than just going Buster only, which is why I go Buster only most of the time. Because these games cannot get enough of giving their bosses invincibility frames. Or not invincibility frames. Just periods of prolonged invincibility that you just can't do anything about. What? What do I do about that? Well, obviously I know what I'm supposed to do about that. I'm supposed to keep up high so that way Wheelgator can't climb up to get me. Or can't jump up and grab me, but I'm talking about this whole period here where it's just like, oh, check out these cool ripple effects that we can do. Or I guess wave effects? And he just sits there, doing nothing. And why did I still use his weakness? We could have been done with this. Cool. Did I mention how much I don't like the boss refights being just a room that you teleport into? Because, really, this probably should have just stayed in the classic games, or have been like Mega Man X, where they come back throughout the areas and try to stop you again. Like, really, this is just kind of padding. And once again, I understand that it's, you know, a staple. We gotta have the boss refights. One, once again, for game length, and two, because it's a staple. You know, it's been there since Mega Man 1. But again, I say, you know, sometimes series have got to evolve and adapt with changing times. I would rather take 1,000 more of those annoying friggin' platforming segments that I kept dying over and over to than just, hey, refight these enemies, but it's easier now because you have all their weaknesses. You know, I say that. Alright. Luckily, you don't have to do them all in one life. If that was the case, I don't think I'd ever beat this game. There we go. But, once again, with things like the Shoryuken, it can go a lot quicker if you're not being dumb about it. There have been times where I've done what I just did and just start the fight off with the Shoryuken, and then just landed on the boss so I couldn't try it again. Alright, so this boss, Bubble Crab, we will be using Wheelgator's move, Spin Wheel, mainly just because they added spikes to the arena. Right. You can't fire more than one spin wheel off at once. Oh, you're joking. You're joking. That is just barely enough health that I can't get it back with the friggin' small health pickups that they have around the room. Oh, I am legitimately upset about that. And it was just because I've been playing recklessly. I've just been going for offense instead of defense. That's on me. You know, it's discouraging the behavior it doesn't want to see. And all the more power to him. But at the same time, once again, I can't stand the fact that I have to refight all these bosses I have already beaten. There we go. Holy hell. What happened to my flame dash? There we go. There it is. Well, considering the fact that we ended this boss fight with less health than we had before, we're certainly not going to be able to get the Shoryuken. And I know I can use a sub-tank, but really, I don't want to use my sub-tanks when I'm not in a dire situation. Alright, so this should be Wire Sponge, yes. I think his weakness... Not Silk Shot, what am I doing? Sonic Strike. Up. I did not have enough faith in myself there. Alright. I believe standing here. Yes. Also, funny thing, when you beat Wire Sponge with his weakness, he gets cut in half, like this is a friggin' anime. I will say, I am glad that the health pickups respawn after every fight. They could have been the biggest jerks and just went, oh, you used those 4 small health pickups? Yeah, you're done. Is it? Yeah, it is. I was about to say, is it Crystal Hunter? Be really funny if it was Crystal Hunter. I am great at dodging those Sonic Slicers. Not to be confused with Slicers from Sonic. What? There we go. Never been great at the timing on that, but I typically take out Overdrive Ostrich with the Shoryuken. Because, come on, dude jumps around a whole bunch. Like, you can super easily line that up. But anyway, we should have 1 more left? Yeah. But before we do that, let us grab our last remaining energies. I believe it gives you 1 more. No, because there's a cutscene after this. Hey look, it's everybody's favorite Crystal Snail. essentially the boss that you have to wait for it to let you attack it. Ah! You joik. Excuse me. Before you even got your attack out. Ah, what a chump. I am perfectly fine with spamming Magnet Mine on this dude. I do not care. Oh, it does extra damage when he gets slammed against the wall. Okay. That's good to know. I guess I just never paid attention. Also, this is your reminder to hydrate.
It has been a while, Mega Man X.
What? Sigma?
It seems that the X-Hunters have failed. But don't worry. I have arranged for some new toys for you to play with.
New toys? Cool! I hope they're made by Bon Presto. Because I hear they do really good figures. I don't really collect figures that much, so... Oh, my apologies. I accidentally went into a Magna Centipede stage. Yeah, no, they reused the laboratory stage, even though it's supposed to be the X-Hunter area. And like before, even though there's no secrets, how did that catch me? I was behind cover. Jerk. Ah. I don't think anything's up there. Yep, come on. Yeah. I think it's either an extra life or just a large health pickup. Either way, we already know that I can get up there. Hello? Thank you. Same thing with up there. I'm pretty sure they didn't add anything. But... oh gods, no. I mean, Sigma... 0!
Look who I found wandering around, Mega Man. My friend here has a small problem with you. It seems that you let him die, and he's not too happy about that. Now I think it's time that he repays the favor.
Yeah, if you didn't get all of Zero's parts, you would have had to fight Zero.
Sigma, you should have studied the blueprints harder, or closer. There's only one Zero.
And hey look, he has a Zero Saber.
Wait, Zero! I know your secret. You are destined to follow me. Maybe so, but I still don't like you. Fine. If you will not follow me, then I'll watch you die once again!
Zero!
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mega Man X. The greetings will have to wait. We've got to defeat all the Mavericks, including Sigma.
I'll take out the main computer, and you follow Sigma. Let's go! Also, it's so funny that he's just like, oh, you go follow Sigma. And then he has you fall down the hole while Sigma teleported up. Here it is, X. Sigma lies just ahead. And then he goes ahead. But you can't go ahead, you have to go down. So Sigma teleports up. Zero says he's forward, but you go down to fight him.
You are merely a bothersome insect, Mega Man X. It is about time that I crush you beneath my heel.
I don't even know what to say to that. Oh, nice! Even if I did get that shot off, I still would have gotten hit. Hey, just like his I think he was actually using his weakness from the first game against you there. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Spark Shot was his weakness in the original. You're joking! Sigma! It still does that in this game? Come on! Had to buffer that out. Those little P shots do much less damage, yeah. Friggin' get out of here, Sigma. Hey, thank you for joining me. We are just about to wrap up Mega Man X2, but we still have one more fight to go. I mean, spoilers, Sigma's not dead. And you know what? Just because your first form didn't let me do it. This is why we have sub-tanks, people. You're joking. Oh, right, this is a scripted segment. I was just sitting there going, excuse me? What am I supposed to do here? Oh no, that's not a scripted segment. I just kept getting hit by the enemy's attacks. There we go. Okay, it's really over for real, and he's never coming back. Why is the health pickup blue? Never seen that. It probably has to do with, like, Sigma's palette, and they don't really expect health pickups to drop? Or maybe it was just because we beat him?
Mega Man X, I have lost to you again. Each defeat only makes me stronger, and serves to bring you closer to your ultimate doom. But something is not right. I don't quite understand. Why did Zero... He's last of the Doctor's creations. Ah!
Who's the Doctor? Suspense, mystery, intrigue. Oh, the flashing lights warning. Oh, I'll add it to the description. Oh, all right. Remember to stay hydrated. Also, if y'all celebrate the holidays, how are you celebrating? If not, then...
Joined by his friend Zero, Mega Man X gazes out over the sea.
If not, I hope y'all have a one lovely December.
Sigma has once again been destroyed, but X wonders if the fighting will truly end.
Like I said, I'll be streaming every Wednesday and Saturday.
Was Dr. Light's dream of a world in which Reploids and humans lived together in peace merely a dream?
That includes, I want to say, the 24th?
The price of peace is often high, X thinks to himself.
Yeah, the 24th is a Saturday.
Who or what must be sacrificed for it to become reality?
And because I have day plans on the 24th,
and when the time comes, will he be able to do it?
I should be able to...
The future holds the answers. Or
of? I can't tell if that's an R or an F. I guess it would make sense if it was an F. Because or it doesn't really make sense in that context. Anyway, I do have day plans, but I should be able to stream on the 24th. If not, you know, look out for a community post on my YouTube channel. Oh, they misspelled Weather Crystal. Don't mind me, just got some Reese's. A little treat for beating the game. Overall, Mega Man X2. Well, I don't like using the term like worthy or unworthy to like talk about sequels. Also, I love how they have like power and speed strats as if they're like collectible trading cards. You know, whatever. I digress. I would say this game is very much well, no, because that's it. Is it an R or is it an F? Because I don't know what FP would be. But, like, the only things I could see, like, RPs being is, like, Reploid points. Which also doesn't make much sense. I don't know. And me as Mega Man X. My power and speed don't matter. Don't worry about it. I don't like describing sequels as worthy or unworthy. But I would like to think that this iterates on the original in a way that doesn't feel like this could have just been, like... I know DLC wasn't really prominent back then, but... You know, it doesn't feel like it could just be an add-on. And I think that's it. So we'll just look at stuff like the Hunter medals, because I didn't get to show that off before. So we've been earning these throughout playing the different games. Oh, excuse me, as you can see, I'm not going for 100% on these. But they do kind of spoil some other things, so I'm just going to show you the first two. Or the first set of two. Yeah, rearmed. Earn Zero's arm part. You can't get this and the... Or you would have to wait to get this and then go back and grab the Hadouken if you wanted to get all the Hunter medals at once. Otherwise, you know, it's just completing Mega Man. It's just completing Mega Man X. Alright. Alright, well, it's just not something I would think of doing because it does 2 damage to bosses. But yeah. Yeah, there we go. Size matters not. You can get the cut wire sponge in half. Watch Morph Moth's metamorphosis in Mega Man X2 without interfering. I thought I did do that. Unless they're talking about not damage the first phase at all, which I'm pretty sure is not what they mean. Yeah, it's really over. The other 6+ games in the series disagree. But Mega Man X2. I very much enjoy it. Is it my favorite? No. Does it need to be? No. It's just... It's a fine game. If you didn't want to start with the first one because, you know, you feel like it's been overplayed, then hopping in with the second game, you certainly feel... There was something I was gonna say. You certainly feel like they've learned from the first game, and you know, things like giving X the dash immediately, and then just giving him an air dash as the leg upgrades, because people were a bit more used to the more frenetic, more difficult Mega Man X games by that point. Or I guess the first game, because this is the second one. But, you know, it's everything that you would want from a sequel. It iterates on the first game without throwing everything away. But it doesn't just feel like a retread of what came before it. But with that being said, thank you so much for joining me for MegaMarathon X. Next we will be tackling Mega Man X3. And like I said, this is the Super Nintendo version, so we don't have the Red Book audio nor the hand-drawn cutscenes. We just have the Super Nintendo soundtrack, and that's pretty much it. But in the meantime, this is Max CVA, also known as Fioko the Leader. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.